the 70s is an interesting time, especially for cars. There was tons of car movies. In 76, there was 2 Cannonball Run movies that weren't even the Cannonball Run movies we know of. And Vanishing Point was, I think, a few years before that, and it was on everybody's mind. It was the zeitgeist, cars in the road, things like that.
Oh, Truckers. Did he just break the third wall?
Yeah.
Or the fourth wall?
Yeah, he's the bandit, dog.
Oh, man.
You know what he looked at? You know what he was looking at?
He looked into my soul.
Yeah, directly into it. He's the legend. You felt it.
He did. I did. Okay. I thought I felt the mustache.
Well, that's it. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go do something else. I'm going to stop this stream. I still don't have an outro.
We talked over it.
Perfect.
Before we went on, I got in from the beach kind of late last night.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you saw. I don't know if I'm exactly camera ready.
What? Would you get a sunburn? You can't get sunscreen deep down in your speaker holes?
Dude, no, it's just, well, you know how it is. You're having some drinks with some fun people. Someone says, let's go to the tattoo shop, get some piercings.
Yeah, you couldn't just get a vacation break? Oh. Okay. Oh. Whoa.
I was thinking if I wear my hair a certain way, maybe no one will notice.
Heavy Metal Alexa?
Yeah?
Why did Perfect Tommy give his coat to Penny Pretty?
I don't know.
Because you're perfect.
Okay, back it down. Your microwave already has the wrong idea about us.
TalkOver. Brandon, I have one question for you.
What is it?
Are you ready to time travel tonight?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, what happened behind you? Are you starting without me? I'm not flashing over here.
Yeah. So, okay. Tonight we're going to be watching Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory. What does that have to do with time travel? I'll get you there. This is this is really the second episode in Trent's Tape Emporium and Laser Discovery. Pre-recorded episodes with heightened elements to them. So that way you still have a warm light to come to while I'm busy moving out of this tiny box prison that I put myself in. Brandon has been good enough to come on the show tonight. I mentioned that I want to do Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He's like, oh my God, I want to do that one. And what's funny is this is now the third one we've done. He came on for Smokey and the Bandit. We did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And then now we're doing this. These are like 3 of my longtime favorite movies. These are the types of movies I would want to watch with one of my oldest, bestest friends, man. Like this is wonderful. I'm very excited for it. What does it have to do with time travel? I'll get there.
What does it have to do with time travel?
So, Brandon, a couple of questions for you. So I feel like everybody was touched in some way, some form by pandemic, by 2020. I feel like we all went through some changes. Do you think that you're the same person you were in 2017?
No, I'm much funnier.
Well, okay. I don't think that I also agree I'm the same person. In fact, I used to be, would you say that I used to drink a little bit, maybe? How would you describe how I used to drink?
Professionally.
I kind of agree with you there. Well, and I don't want to come down on anybody drinking. Like if you have a healthy, a healthy relationship with alcohol, keep doing it. Enjoy it. I loved drinking. One day I just decided to not for a reason. I just literally turned left instead of right in the grocery store, and I haven't bought alcohol since once or twice since then. But in 2017, I got blackout drunk and did something. Now, I can't really tell if that's the genesis of this episode, this situation, because it didn't hit me until Jesse was on the episode, the first episode this year. J is for January. We talked over Avatar, and she brought the fact that James Cameron had the idea for Avatar, and he knew the technology was not here to make what he wanted to make. And so he waited until it was there, the forethought to have it. And I knew that he did that, but I never really thought about it that way until she said that. And so after that, I opened up this email that's been at the bottom of my email since 2017. I sat down one night and I got blackout, rip roaring drunk. I mean, I used to write a whole music blog while I was completely wasted. I wouldn't even remember.
I was a contributor.
Dude, it was so much fun. I loved it. What I would do is I'd ask my friends for recommends. I'd listen to them and I would just write my thoughts on them. It was so much fun. I'd wake up the next day and go, that's not bad writing. Couldn't do it sober. So I did the same thing with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I wrote down every single one of my thoughts and I sent myself an email. I have been trying to do something with this email since 2017. I tried to do something on Trentendo. I tried to do a podcast with it. I tried to think of like an extraneous content episode for the TalkOver. And when I read it in January, it occurred to me, I wrote a script for the TalkOver before it existed. Tonight, we're going to talk to myself from 2017. 2 bodies, 3 voices, 1 heart. We're going to reach across time and talk to myself. Now listen, a word. I'm not defending anything that I said in this. I'm not going to say, I was drunk, so I felt this. I was 100% honest. I make no, excuses for what happened. You don't have to agree with anything that I say. I might not agree with anything I say. This is a different person that can't rebuttal. It has all these thoughts. So in a way, they're kind of protected and not protected. It's kind of perfect. So let me go ahead and bring that email up, because as the moments come up in the movie, this might pop up over my screen. It did. Oh my goodness. Don't laugh at me for using Open Writer.
Paint? Are you using Paint? Oh
no, I am going to use Paint for something later. I might actually go ahead and I'll bring that up after the break or whatever. So let me get to the beginning of this damn thing. So what I'll do is I'll try to do my best to say them as they happen. It's not as many as I thought it was. I mean, for some reason it made me send 2 emails in 2017. I guess I filled up a Gmail. I didn't know that was possible. I think they've made changes since then. But anyway, as we come to them, I'll read my thoughts from 2017. So go ahead and go find Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's not on anything right now, but let's be honest, you should own this movie. It's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's what all these have been in the Trent's Tape Emporium and Laser Discovery is favorites. So, we have this episode kicking it off on the pre-records, but we just did Frosty the Snowman, where I tried to pull a demon out of me and then ate the carrot at the end. The techno curse is still here. Spoilers. The next one that is coming up is going to be a science fiction double feature picture show. We're going to watch Trip to the Moon, the 1903 Méliès classic, and then we roll right into Back to the Future. 2 grown adults watch Back to the Future for the first time. You got to tune in and see if they like it or not. It's a great episode. How do I know? I'm from the future. We watched 3 Musketeers and then decided how horny it was scientifically. That's going to be the last one of that. It's so much fun. My cheeks hurt at the end of that one. So you got a lot of stuff that's coming. Shorts, all the things. I'm doing them as premieres on YouTube. Now, this is a great opportunity for you guys to come in and give me comments on, I like it better this way, I like it better the other way. Give me some feedback. I can change some stuff. This is a great opportunity. So take your opportunity to go get Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory queued up on another TV, another screen, another window, however you do it. Put us on your cell phone. Make it the small one. Who cares what we look like? All that matters is how we sound. So I've got mine queued up right here. What I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, go. We're all going to click go on go. I'm going to put up a timer on the screen. That way we stay synced up. We'll take a break at the hour mark for the 5 Ps, personal time, pee-pees and poo-poos. We'll come back. We'll talk for a minute, finish up the movie, and that is the talk over. Sound good?
It sounds like every time.
Oh man, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so
you got that spiel down so great.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually worried I was gonna mess it up because I was like, I'm going a little faster than normal, and I was like, I didn't want to think about it. Like when you do like skateboarding or something, when you think, let's say when you're breathing and you think about how your body's doing it on its own, or how big your tongue is in your mouth. All right, Brandon, you ready?
I am ready.
The sound.
No, we're good. We're good. No, we're good.
Ready.
I had to find my cursor was on my other screen.
It happens all the time.
I'm on play.
I'm only 2 screens shy of a full swordfish. I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh man, I'm so excited to watch this, man.
So fun fact, this mountain I'm just kidding. I don't have anything for that.
I wish that's what you had. Hey man, hey, go check out our ranking the logos video. I love movie distribution company logos, and Chad and I did a 2-part on that one. I'd love to do another one. I just need to see some interest. I don't think many people care about it that much, but it's really great. It's good conversations about design and stuff too, because I love talking about design. And it's my favorite art is those, like, if you think about movies as my eternal babysitter, those are kind of like, I don't know, the stuff your babysitter brings with them. Like, you know, because your movie's starting, I'm like, oh, it's Orion. Or like watching Smokey and the Bandit is Universal. Like, it's my favorite of the Universal logos is that one from the first one. So
Peter Ostrom is Charlie.
I did get a snack. I haven't been having snacks on these because I talk into a microphone. Banana seems to be the best snack, but it's my last square of Ghirardelli, the 86% cacao. I need electrolytes.
Cacao.
I'm gonna save this one though. I'm gonna save it. It's my last one.
So you did know that this was the only movie that Charlie was in, right?
Well, Charlie's in all of. No, he's in the Tim Burton one. Is that what you mean?
No, like the character, the actor in this one.
Oh, this is the only movie he's been in. This is the
only thing that he's done ever.
One and done. Tom Berenger of acting. I don't need to do anything else.
He became a veterinarian.
Yeah, I've seen him in interviews. Seems like a nice guy. Could you imagine taking your dog and being like, man, this guy reminds me of somebody. And then you catch his name and you're like, hey, do you know you have the same name as Charlie Bucket? Yeah, it's me. Or you think he's got like a poster up in his practice? I would.
I think that, I don't know. What would be funny is if, like, whenever you left, like, he gave you like an everlasting gobstopper.
That's genius. This used to make me so hungry as a little fat kid. Like, all them candies look so good. Oh, man. And now I'm an adult. So I can eat whatever I want.
You do know the reason why the book is called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but the movie's called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I'm assuming legal shit would roll.
No. So it actually had to do with Quaker Oats.
Oh, yeah. Nestle made this.
So no, Quaker Oats made this movie. They funded 80% of it. The Quaker company did, because they had the Willy Wonka candy bar coming out, and so they wanted to use the movie to promote it.
Man.
Well, Nestle did end up acquiring it because, lo and behold, an oatmeal company makes shit chocolate bars.
I've never.
So nobody wanted to buy it.
Like, have you ever had the Wonka bar? We used to sell them at the Buster. They were terrible.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of them.
Don't ever ask them to do inventory on the candy at a Blockbuster.
We're suddenly all short. There's
Where'd
no candy
all these
here.
Coca-Colas with limes go? Boy, was the time. Okay, so I have a theory about this world that Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is in.
Okay.
By the way, I love this guy, the Candiateer. I think
Fun fact. So his name's Bill, by the way.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill.
So guess who originally wanted to play this character?
Gene?
Sammy Davis Jr.
Wow.
So
hey, man,
the production company.
Come get some of this candy, kid. He would be cool. He was a great
the production,
actor,
the studio was just like, no, he's such a big name, it'll break the reality from all of it or whatever.
That's a good idea.
But what they did do was it still made Sammy Davis Jr. a very rich and famous person because of this song is a Sammy Davis Jr. song.
Oh, it's a great song.
And they allowed
Candyman
they used the song for the movie.
Mixes it with love and makes the world taste good. I don't know if I can do a good Sammy Davis.
So that was the whole thing. They said because of his name. I don't want to say it's because I don't. There's not a lot of people that look like Sammy Davis Jr. in this movie.
That's an excellent point. It is Europe, but that's an excellent. I like that point. Good point.
But they can say
folks.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of crackers up in here. So I don't know. Like,
I never thought about all the damn white people in this movie.
There's a shitload of white people in this candy store.
It's like a fucking Panera.
They were like. What in the chicken salad chick is going on?
Man,
in this
listen, I gotta
candy
tell you about
store?
this real quick. So I've been watching Atlanta, and there's an episode, and this dude's going through changing his. He's going through racial reconstruction surgery. He's just going to white, and he's like, man, I am white. I just know I am. I shop at Patagonia. I love wide belts. I didn't know that was a thing about me until Atlanta fucking shot me with that one. I was like, I guess I do kind of wear wide belts. Anyway,
mine are kind of narrow.
Okay, well, there you go. So my theory about this world is, oh, hang on, I got my first, Trent from the past is going to say something right here.
Oh, okay.
So let's just check out this scene real quick. So Paper Route Guy is like, you're late. It's the fucking afternoon. What backwards ass world delivers papers at night? This must be fiction. My theory on this world is that that's what past Trent said. Now Trent said, this is going to get confusing. My theory is that illicit drugs have never been invented in this world because the only socially acceptable vice is candy, and people lose it. Imagine if dispensaries were like, we're going to give you a fucking golden ticket and a lifetime supply of weed. They would go ape shit like this.
Dude, I would buy so many Wonka bars.
So I don't think that illicit drugs were ever made. It's also not Earth. It's also definitely in the future. I'll point this out because it is not a time period that's ever existed. So it is out of regular time, and I can prove it when it's coming up. Or something else is wrong. I know that this is a real factory. I know that they it's still, I think it's still in operation. If it's not now, it was up until very recently, but they left the gates that way. Surprisingly, nobody really hounds them or bugs them. Like, you know, when there's a real location like Breaking Bad, people used to destroy that house. They throw pizzas on the roof, but people respected it, and they kept it up. And the workers there would go into like Wonka's factory where they work. And this guy sells knives.
Yeah. He sells them on the street.
Jesus Christ, man.
Well, I mean, have you ever been walking home and you're like,
Joe,
I need a cleaver?
Yeah, well, I mean, where are you going to get one? I love this tiny TV. It reminds me of Metropolis, like one of the first, it's like this old German sci-fi film. I don't think it's it wouldn't be one of the first, I don't know when it was back. I think it was in the 20s. Maybe it's older than 20s. But I like that old steez. I'd love to find a little old TV and put like a modern little monitor or something in it. I guess I could just build a wooden box. That's what I'm talking about. All right, here we go.
This is where it is. Oh,
can you imagine?
He's been delivering newspapers all afternoon. We have
all
to
night.
Wake up.
It's time to get up, Charles.
It's the nightly newspaper.
Well, they want to make sure they get all the news in there before the day's over with. So, can you imagine sleeping with your in-laws?
Yeah. No, wait, what?
Every day. Because that's what they are. That's his two sets of grandparents.
Yeah.
So they're there with their in-laws of all people. It'd be one thing if it was like their brothers and sisters, because like that's fine. You probably share a bed or whatever, your brother sister. But like usually the in-laws are not I don't know.
I got what you're saying.
All right, so I missed one, but Charlie's, this is a past Trent. Ooh, payday. Here's some tobacco money, Joe. Oh no, you gave it up because we're starving? What a fucking saint you are. I told you I would come back to you, Joe. I had another one where he goes, ooh, that floor is cold. I'll come back to you. That's not a very good one, but I'm not as mad at Joe now in 2024 as I was in 2017. I really tear into Joe. And a friend of mine recently said, hey, you really hate his parents for being poor. I'm like, that's not the point. You weren't listening to me. I yell, you should hear me. Listen, words mean things. Oh, man.
So, Grandpa George.
Joe. Oh, no, George.
The other one. Yep. So, IRL, I think his name's Ernest. I think he's Ernest something. IRL, World War I, nearly blinded from poison.
Whoa. He's a hard ass.
Yeah. So, because he has such a hard time seeing, they told him to look for the red light, and the red light's where he was supposed to look. So off camera, there's a red light moving around where he's supposed to look.
You know, James Spader's like blind as a damn bat. He wears
really and deaf in one ear. Yeah, if you ever notice, he always leans in on one side whenever you talk to him.
Talking about Spader or George
Spader.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that about the deafness.
Spader, yeah, he's got a hearing problem in one ear, so that's why whenever he talks, he's usually got his head turned towards the person.
He gets
It's a hearing thing.
I love Spader, man. I really, really like him.
God, he would have perfect hearing though if he really was Voltron.
I know, man.
Just add more sound receptors.
This guy.
Oh my God, is that Neville Longbottom?
This guy is my hero. I love the teacher so much. This guy is this is what I would be if I was a teacher. Like, he cares in waves, like little spurts of care for the kid. And then he's just like, man, I'm just trying to do my job, man. It's just a paycheck. We don't even have enough chalkboard to fill up the chalkboard. It's falling off the wall, man. It's London. It's not London. It's some city. Well, I'll get to why it's falling apart in a little bit. So I think I was wrong on this one, but Past Trent says, teachers all pour this shit. I won't tell you what it is. Make sure you're leaning over the cauldron when the fumes come up. OSHA don't exist yet. The rest of this film is potentially a vapor-induced hallucination. No problem with that. Just theorizing.
Oh,
nailed that timing. It could be a dream. It could be a Jacob's Ladder or an identity. Oh, my favorite one's coming up from Past Trent. This one's a ripper.
You, Winkleman?
Huh?
I was reading this guy's name. Yeah. Winkleman?
The guy's got so many extra teeth in his mouth, the teacher.
He does. He looks like
like a shark.
He looks like an corn through a chain link fence.
They're for beans. Oh, there's just a hawk in the corner. I've never noticed that before.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Look, Charlie's like, yeah, I'm gonna go deliver these newspapers tonight. It's not noon. Look, he's gotta go write down the night news so he can deliver it later.
Jesus Christ. The street lamps haven't come on. I ain't time to go to work yet. Now, look, man, they do fake TV stuff in movies, and this is a really good one. Usually it looks terrible. Like when they make video look like it's supposed to be like a security camera or something.
Right.
Yeah, that looks...
Graining it up.
Yeah, that looks great. I would love whatever that filter was that they had. I spend a lot of time trying to make very good footage look terrible. I have so many filters that I've like custom made and just a file of them. Just in case something's just too pretty. I'm like, I need to make this look a little shittier.
Yeah, the White House. I don't even remember him going to the White House.
They went everywhere, man. Well, I think that's a play on, JFK. It's rumored that JFK shipped in. I don't think it was him. It was another president after him that would get Coors Banquet shipped in because because Smoking the Bandit, you couldn't ship it past east of the Mississippi because it would go bad. And everybody wanted it to have less of the shit in it that other beers had. And I still think Coors Banquet's a great beer for something you can get like everywhere. It's pretty dope. I'd take it over a Bud Light any day. And PBR. For some reason, PBR started making my tummy hurt. And everyone makes fun of me in Madison because I'm like, I don't want a PBR because it makes my tummy hurt. And that's their favorite thing is to have a tall boy PBR and a shot of JMO. That's a Madison staple.
Ooh.
Oh, this has nothing to do with the movie. I meant to tell you this ahead of the show. This guy. So I don't want to dox where they are, but my parents live next to the town that has the most hateful Target in the world. Brandon, you know this town very well. So guess what? That town's getting a fast food joint called Culver's. That's a Wisconsin chain. They're great, man.
We got some here.
Well, okay. Well, all right. I knew you had them down there. So
they're down here on the coast, man.
Well, I was really excited because I'm like, oh, you guys get curds and butterburgers and frozen custard. Like, I always get a spicy chicken Sammy. I think it's the best spicy chicken sandwich out of any fast food restaurant. Yeah, way better than the other ones you're thinking of. But I get that. And since they don't make a bunch of them, they make it fresh. And so I have to wait a little while. And I'm cool with that. I understand what they're doing. I want it to be fresh. And so they're so Midwest polite that when they bring out your food, they bring you a plastic like token, like a chip. It says good for one free scoop of frozen custard.
I want to.
Well, hold up.
Okay,
I gave my parents a couple of those as a joke gift in Christmas stuff, and now they're getting a restaurant there. I sent them coupons to a restaurant. I can time travel. Anyway, all right. So I got a thing for this, but you got a thing for this too. So you go.
Slugworth.
Oh yeah. What about them?
The tickets. I have a conspiracy theory.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the tickets
Uh-huh.
that the kids get are planted.
Oh, yeah, they picked him ahead of time, and Slugworth was like scouting them out.
He
or
was
whatever.
always there. Whenever one of them finds
Yeah.
Slugworth's right there
He
doing
was
something.
ready.
So the
Or
tickets,
he's a
the tickets
vampire.
were or he time traveled.
That means I gotta fight Slugworth in the time-space continuum. So look at what he opens right here, because I'm going to set up Trent from the past, because I 100% agree with this. This is a little mean. I put a little heat on this one, but you see what he's holding, right? What is that?
That's lying. He just lied.
No, but what is he holding in his hand?
So it's a Wonka bar.
No, it ain't. What is that? You live in
Oh,
Mobile.
That's a moon pie.
So past Trent says, "Happy birthday, Charlie." No joke, that knit scarf is rad. So is that a Wonka bar? Oh no, that's not a Wonka bar. That's a fucking moon pie. Wonka ain't putting golden tickets in fucking moon pies, Grandpa. Now Charlie has no ticket, no chance to win a ticket, and you're stuck with the grossest piece of confectionery garbage trumped only by Chinese food buffet desserts. Don't believe me? You offered a piece to all of your broke-ass family members, and they didn't even want any. They are starving and refused food. They see this as less than food. Happy fucking birthday, Charlie.
Now listen.
You like a moon pie.
We like the moon. Listen, a little fun fact about Mobile, Alabama. Okay, moon pies are made in Tennessee. They were created as a snack or as a meal, really, for people for workers, because it was something that was all encased and stuff everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it became so popular here, but when they want to introduce a new flavor, they introduce it in Mobile. Mobile gets the first flavors of moon pie.
Oh, that's fun. Maybe I can
on New Year's Eve, we drop a giant moon pie downtown Mobile.
I'm going to that this year. I'm 100% going to that this year.
Yeah, so let's not. If you come down here, you can't crack on a moon pie. You'll get in trouble.
Well, I'm not gonna crack
Mardi Gras.
I'm just not gonna eat them. Yeah, I know.
Mardi Gras. They
so many back up
like
here.
crazy. I have a drawer full still of smushed moon pies. I got to find a recipe that calls for crumble up 20 moon pies.
My favorite was smushed up oatmeal pies, because they threw those too. But I brought back because I visited Brandon for Mardi Gras one year. If you've ever been to Mardi Gras in Mobile, go. It's more family friendly. Nobody's showing their titties. There's not a lot of drunk people. It's great. Kids, it's for the kids. But he sent me with boxes and boxes of moon pies. So when I went when I got back to my office, up here in Madison, I literally grabbed a cart and rolled around through the office. I'd go up to people's cubes and I would be like,
all right, there he is again.
He's always there.
Right there.
But I would tell people to I'd say something or whatever, or I didn't make them flash their boobies, but then I would throw a string of beads and a moon pie at them. Like, you've been to Mardi Gras. And I did it for everybody in the office. I gave them all fucking moon pies, man.
You should see my attic right now of all the Mardi Gras throws that we have to use next year, because we do a parade.
Yep.
We do a Jeep parade, and so now we've got
just
so much more stuff. Yeah, we've just been saving stuff all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss anything, because some of these are good. Some of these are real lame ones. Drunk Trent wasn't on fire the whole night, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I am glad that I am happier in general about the whole situation. I agree with that huge sentiment, because they didn't eat that food. That's called Siemens, by the way. But some of these I'm like, all right, Trent, back it down. This guy.
Not that this is really a fun fact or not, but most of the Wonka bars that you see them opening to find the ticket, most of them are made of wood. They're wooden. They're not real chocolate.
Makes sense for a prop department to have something to put them in. Yeah, makes sense. Those boxes on
the Siemens Systems 4004.
The boxes on Chewbacca's bandolier that look metal or wood.
Huh.
Yeah. I love watching Adam Savage. He's like my spirit guide. He's like Jim Morrison from Wayne's World 2 for me. I love watching him just make stuff and all the things he's figured out through making stuff. And he's made that bandolier like 3 or 4 times. He just keeps making it better and better and better. He actually made special boxes out of metal, and on the back of them, he made his own stickers that say Wookiee treats, and he put ingredients, and he signed them. So that way, if anybody ever was he dies and he gets auctioned and somebody was to pull it apart, there's this nice little secret. And I think that's lovely. I'm not crazy about her. I would have to stay far from her and tour group. Veronica or Violet Beauregard.
Violet Beauregard. Yeah, I'll do a fun fact about her later, but we'll wait until the transition.
Okay. Her dad, I kind of weirdly respect a little bit.
Square deal, Sam here.
I kind of want to be a car salesman, man. Like, don't you think I could sell Chevys?
God, he has got the most uncomfortable clothes on. Yeah, I think you can definitely sell. You can sell cars.
Yeah, man. Come on. I am a gravel lot salesman. Shit.
You look like, slap the hood. You know?
And fall apart. Girl, throw that gum away.
Mother.
Sheesh.
I just now know that. What's going on with her right earlobe?
It's. Does she not have another ear?
Where is it?
I see it now. I was gonna say,
he's got to look in the other one. He started talking to it. He's like, ooh.
Past Trent says, "Oh, mom's making shirt soup just like my mom used to make." Now I'm gonna after this bit of business.
You really
here,
did hate on the family for being poor.
Man,
how awesome was it growing up middle class?
I was in a trailer park. What are you talking about? Jeez, listen to me. Well, hold on.
Are those bags of cocaine?
Hold on. I'm going to flip it in a second with this one. This one's going to freak your bean a little bit.
Okay.
Just be prepared for being...
You stir the soup, Charlie.
It wasn't a comment on being poor. It was just that shirt soup was funny. Wait, I'm defending it. I don't think that now. Past Trent thinks that.
I got it. When we go back in time, I'll talk to him then.
Okay. He ain't gonna change. He ain't gonna change. He's drunk.
It's past.
Good fucking luck, man. I forgot the home print. I was defending old. I'm not that way now. I've learned the error of my ways. I love Charlie's mom to death. In fact, I've got even more sympathetic to her over the years. I think the actor's phenomenal. Like, she's wonderful. So every actor in this, incredible. Like, that's why this movie has stuck with me for so long. It's one of these movies I call an eye blanket. Like, it feels good to watch it and to hear it. The sound is really warm. It's old celluloid, it's old 35. So this is a Sunday rainy afternoon movie. This is I don't know what else to watch movie. You show your kids this movie. So she just had a bit of business here where she told Charlie, I'll just say what Past Trent said. Mom be like, Charlie, you don't have a chance of winning this ticket or doing anything you want because there's 100 billion people in this world. First off, I think you're washing clothes for virtually no money because you're real dumb, but also who hurt you? So that was a little heated. Do you know how many people are on the planet right now?
Like 7 billion, right?
So either there's 100 billion people and that's why everybody's poor, or she thinks there's 100 billion people on this world at a time that most likely there was 6 billion.
Which would still make sense of why she's poor.
So I think it's in the future. When we're overpopulated. I mean, there's 4 people to a bed, man. Got a little Soylent Green action going on here, if you ask me. What's in the chocolate, Wonka?
Yeah.
I don't hate that. I feel so... God, man, Past Trent was a dick. I'm not much better now, but... Sheesh. 100 billion people. But the thing that really gets
that's a
me,
lot of people.
You have this, you don't have any more of a chance than anyone. Why would you tell your kid that? Seriously, who hurt her,
Carlos, look at it. Come along.
I got one of these out of order. I thought I missed one. Boy, how did I type them out of order? Did I have the thoughts out of order? Because the girl, Past Trent said that factory worker unwrapping candy bars is dumb as shit. Put that mofo in your pocket, girl. You're better than that. I agree with that one. Fucking chase that paper. Put it in your pocket. You deserve it. What's Mr. Nuts gonna do for you? What's he done lately?
It's like the reason why I couldn't work at a service station that sold lottery tickets, because somebody came in and was like, "Hey, can you see if this is a winner?" and they didn't sign a back of it, but it pops up like $100. I'll be like, sorry, man.
You know what?
Nah, man, that's not for you.
I did work at one for a while, and we got the lotto up here, and so there's so much shit that I would do. Like anytime somebody would ask for like the printed tickets, like the Scantron ones, I would go. I would start putting in the shit, and I would look at them and go, "You want the winning one, right?" And just hold that straight face. And then there's some pros that have like Wisconsin Lotto, like little binders you can put all your shit in. But what they'll do is the real pros have like a Wisconsin Lotto coin, and they'll buy the scratchers, and they'll just scratch off the bottom barcode part and just ask me to scan them.
What the hell? Did you see those 3 people, the women standing in the corner?
I did not. Oh, it's probably more of the news crew.
They were wearing red, blue, and green, like housekeeper clothes, but they look like they're fucking chipmunks.
They just want a hula.
I never noticed them before.
We're seeing so many. Our third eye is open now that we're traveling through the space-time continuum.
Well,
look at Slugworth being all steezy with the mic.
Yeah.
Am I Slugworth in the future? Is this what?
Maybe. You want me to ask you how you got that scar?
I don't want to know. I don't want although he is in better shape than him. That's not me. Look at his chin. That's a really good chin. This is hollow under here. It goes in like the first zombie in Resident Evil. This guy, I think he has an ashtray on his desk too. I want that job. I want that jacket, that haircut.
God, you can sell a car.
The evening report guy. Well, yeah.
That's all you need. Look, that's a car salesman suit right there.
It's 5 golden tickets, just 5 lucky children across the country. Nobody knows when, nobody knows where. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I said that in the past.
Oh, yeah. I would not eat that.
Well, hold on. Past Trent says, Grandpa Joe sticks Charlie a Wonka bar. So you finally get the right kind, but you bought a candy bar. Where are you squirreling away that candy money, Gramps? Grandma Georgina, Grandma Josephine, get his ankles. We're searching them.
Okay, and so...
did he post
He obviously... Yeah, how did he get that? He doesn't walk. Nobody else knows about it.
He invented Uber Eats. They're actually in Germany, too. That's the subtext. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm way off on these. I was so drunk.
The show was filmed in Germany.
Oh, it feels that way. It feels Germanic with the the buildings, the streets, and stuff. Mm-hmm. Man, I had a realization the other day that I think I'm being called.
You can still eat the candy. Why are you just?
It's food.
There's no ticket. Eat that shit.
I know it's not like good food, but like there's calories in there. Your body can burn them as fuel. Please stop refusing this food. Eat something. Eat the tobacco.
Put it in with the shirt soup. Flavor it up.
Chocolate shirt soup is my favorite flavor. That's what I have for breakfast every morning.
It's a dessert soup.
Oh, you know what? What my favorite dessert soup is? Ice cream soup. Thanks, Pee Wee Herman. This one's good. Look at this. It turns into like a detective story. I love her reaction. This is killer right here. It also reminds me of both Dallas and Knight Rider. Oh, my arrow back. She's killing it, man.
God, I wish my hair did that when it moved.
You grow it out, dude. No, you're one of the only people I know that didn't do long hair for pandemic.
No, I did it just for fun whenever Erica said something.
I think you should grow it down to your shoulders.
I don't know about that.
Wait, look. Your box of chocolate bars.
How long are they giving me? How long are they giving me ticket? All right. So, fun fact coming up.
Yeah.
We got to look at the picture. Look at the picture being held up of the winner.
Okay. Yeah, it's like some leader's kid or something. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are they going to show the picture or are they not going to show it? That is a Nazi. That's a picture of a Nazi henchman, a real Nazi henchman.
Bruh. Was it the only picture
I swear to God.
that day?
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Wow, I'm never going to forget that factotum. All right, so look, Pastor Trent says room full of old people watching tiny TV, seeing that the last bar was found, be like, don't tell Charlie. Y'all know you can't hear and that TV is going to be blaring. Your walls have to be made of old newspapers that you haven't eaten yet. Of course he heard. That's a good point. That's a good point. Sound carries. This guy. I feel like this is me explaining every episode of the TalkOver.
Left it.
I guess, you know what? You know what? Pastor Trent can be.
Okay, we're gonna learn about percentages. Okay, so let's look at what percentage of that class is that white. God dang, look at that.
I've never thought about the
sea
of white people.
I just think Sammy Davis got gypped on it.
Well,
man.
the thing is, one could be like, well, yeah, it's like European, but like, is it? They don't sound like it. There are other people that are from like Germany in it. There are Americans
Charlie Puckett. He's from Ohio.
Oh, is he a Buckeye? Oh, right on.
That kid was born in Ohio.
I didn't know Charlie was a Buckeye, man. Good for him. I got Hoosier vibe from him, but you know, Ohio's like right there, I think. This is what Pastor Trent says. 2? What do you mean only 2? Well, I can't figure out just 2. I like the teacher. Apparently, we share the same sentiment across time. We still like the guy.
If the question's hard to answer, just make the question easier.
Hey, I like it. Worked for Clinton. So I have a thing about this. I have a theory. So you see, there's that coin in the grate.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched the new Wonka movie?
Yes.
The first thing that shows, it's not the same street because he's not near water. But isn't that interesting that he
that is interesting.
It has to be on purpose because he flips the coin, the sovereign, and he catches it in his pocket, and then it slips into a drain. And I would love it if that was like maybe it washed through the sewers, and that's Wonka's, you know. Or maybe Wonka just be plopping them in places.
Did you like the new Wonka movie?
I did. It took me a couple of times. I wasn't crazy at first, but I think Timothy Chalamet pulled off some gene stuff. Like when the little girl says that she's never had chocolate, and he goes, "What?" Like that's Gene, man. He tapped into some shit. I think he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I was actually disappointed that I liked it as much as I did.
I've watched it. Yeah, I've watched it again since this.
Because I don't know what it is, but I don't know why I'm not a Chalamet fan. I don't have anything against him.
Yeah.
I haven't seen hardly anything he's been in. I need to watch Dune. I know.
It's pretty good. Did you watch French Dispatch yet?
No.
He's great in that. He's very funny. That showed me he's a homie. I think that's a good turnaround for Chalamet. So Pastor Trent says, I like that Charlie gets himself a Wonka bar that he knows can't have a ticket in it. You do you, Charlie. Live your life. Thing. It looked like he got a like a Tootsie Roll.
See the way he looked at him? Because he knew. He knew he just handed him a golden ticket.
That guy is like the Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, that's good.
Look, the Nazis in the paper.
There he is.
I can't. Did they not know? What was the? Whatever. They couldn't Google it, so.
How many newspapers is right there?
Well, he didn't
9?
deliver them. That's that's less people he's gonna have to run to their house now because they all went there and bought them.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Look, could it be Charlie?
God, I want just a regular Hershey bar, like a plain ass Hershey bar right now. Has Jack seen Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory?
Did you watch the new Willy Wonka movie?
Or not the new one, the old one.
No, this one. Have you seen this one?
This one? Yeah, I've seen like all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have seen this one. I watched this one with him.
Cool. Good. You're a good dad.
Get the ticket.
Trent in the past says Charlie gets the golden ticket and Chatty Cathy lady puts him on blast. How shitty of a person do you have to be? Thank goodness for newsstand guy. I regret being mad at him. Yeah, lady, shut up. God, mind your own business. Sheesh.
Yeah. Yeah, he better be glad Casey Anthony wasn't right there wanting to go to Wonka's factory.
I don't know that reference. I don't know that. You know people.
It wasn't even a good one. It
Was
wasn't
it
a
a
good
bad
one.
person? Did they do something
Yeah,
bad?
she killed her kid.
Allegedly or nah?
I
I don't want to get
I
in
think-
trouble. Who's gonna watch?
can't
cares?
remember the results. I think she's guilty. Yeah, I think is she guilty? She might not be guilty. Shit.
Allegedly. I have been saying for a long time that I feel like we really messed up getting away from the bowler hat. I think the bowler hat's a great look, but you can't wear one now unless you're going to like a goth wedding or something.
Yeah. That's a good
I would
point.
never.
I mean, it's a
yeah.
nice hat if you're like, I want to just make sure just my ears don't get wet.
Well, no, it gives you a brim, and I think, and it's also like you could hide packs of smokes up there. You could keep like a like a blade around it, so you can knock off the heads of statues.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I will say they did a great job of like keeping this movie looking good. I don't think I have the ultra high def version in my digital one, and it still looks great. Like this is a good transfer. It's still, man, I'm turning in one of those old people that hates the new digital stuff. I love seeing the grain and like I even go back and watch old 16 mil stuff, and I love seeing that. I've really been obsessed with like, you know, film processes and stuff. Now that all that's like gone away. Fuji doesn't even make, I think Kodak quit making film too, or a lot of people quit making it. So I think it looks better than what we makes it, because I think it's a natural beauty filter and it doesn't look over stylized. So now we can see everything, and then the way things move and stuff. That's for the young kids. They're like, stop lying, kid.
They're like, yeah, come on, dude.
You know that you're not gonna get it. You're not any luckier than any other kid. Your mom was right. Go get me my tobacco.
Look at this is a weird way to say look at what we did in class today.
I didn't think I was gonna agree with old me that much, but I'm kind of, I don't know. He had some points, you know. Oh man. I mean, you know what past Trent's going to talk about here in a minute. You know what's coming. You know, right?
Yeah, I think I do.
I think that I'm not as heated about this because I agree so much on the moon pie part. My point's proven, but I don't hate. You gotta. It's fine. It's fine.
Why? I just now noticed their headboards look like boobs.
Well, where else do you want to rest your head at night, man?
It'd just be like, good night, ta-ta.
They should have they could like pad them, like, put some like leather.
Tassels.
That's where I'd hang my glasses at night. I was on the nipple.
I just sit there and just.
Everybody shake the bed together and make them. Remember when we used to get in your pool and do what we called wave pool? And like a couple of people would get on like a boogie board and just start doing like this. And we would do it until we all thought we were going to die. There was a couple of times I was freaked out. And I love the ocean, but I was like, I don't know about this, man.
You see old blind grandpa over there?
Oh, even he's like
his thick ass glasses looking for red lights.
Oh my God. He looks so
like you see a reflection.
Oh man. He's a war hero.
He is. Good for him.
How dare you hate veterans, Brandon?
I don't. I wonder what he's up to.
See how it feels. I wonder
he hasn't stood up in 20 years.
I wonder what the just cable on the wall is. I guess that's probably the antenna.
It looks like a bolo.
That's where they hang the family bolo, so they don't lose it. They only have one to hand out. I've been seeing people pulling back bolos, man. I don't hate that as a style to come back.
I saw some. Eric and I went to Nashville. We saw quite a few people with them.
I mean, country is the most popular genre in the world, so like, don't like, you ain't gotta be a American to throw a bolo on. I think it's a steezy look, man. Get a little black and gold with like a cowboy hat as the thing in the middle, or one of those that has like a topaz. So I can't not see the booby headboards.
The
now.
old Native American.
You've ruined this movie for me.
It's rated PG, I believe.
Well, they snuck in the tits. So Past Trent says golden ticket be like, you can bring one member of your family, and then motherfucking Grandpa Joe sings and dances the entropy out of his legs. Good on your hustle, Joe, but mom needs to be like, you need to take your golden chance to make your way to a job fair and take her own son to the factory. Seriously, mom, who hurt you? I think I landed that one. I think I did. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
that
was all right. That was
pretty good. Yeah, makes up for the heat on the moon pods. Oh, here we go. Well, I'll wait till he does it. I think they did a good job of grossing up the bed. The like that looks like he's lived in that for years.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
I want to watch my TV.
They should have boiled it.
I know, look at all the flavor in that one.
Yeah, the seasoned, yeah. Why is it sweet? Why is it sweet? I don't know.
And salty.
It's this part right here, I think, is hot fire. What they throw down in here in a second, because like I will say this too. I feel like Grandpa Joe weirdly kind of looks like my dad a little bit. Like a little bit. He's always had the stash. He went a little gray a little early and bald a little early. But his nose is kind of very similar. And my dad can grow like a really good man's mustache. Now, I can't grow one nearly as good. Like one that's like 10 feet tall. So I've always kind of thought Joe kind of looked like my dad a little bit.
Remember that stupid one I had for a second that curled up?
You should bring it back. I don't think it's stupid, man. All right, so this part right here, I do like this hot shit move. But Past Trent says, I've been trying to not target Charlie because he was born into a world to suck. But when Joe and you were dancing, that was some seriously choreographed Jabberwocky shit. That was clearly rehearsed. What haven't you been telling us, Charlie? Come on, Charlie, let's practice our happy dance for one day when we're happy.
Tomorrow.
Oh, man.
I'll take care of everything. I'll cook your shirt. You don't worry about it, Grandpa.
Oh, here it comes, baby. This is it.
The
this is the intro.
Brass band and Cracker Jacks.
Now we talk about this a whole bunch, like with movies that I like. I'm big into like legendary individuals. I guess most of my favorite movies are more Citizen Kane's than it is Wizard of Oz's. Mm-hmm. Because I like people of mystery and people of legend and story and stuff. I don't know. I enjoy that shit. You haven't seen this yet because the episode hasn't come out and I'm going backwards through time. But it turns out I'm not a Marty. I'm a Doc from Back to the Future. Right?
Yeah, I would totally be. I'd be a Marty.
I could see you as being a Marty because Marty is the ultimate bard. He inspires like everyone. I go in. I'm not gonna go into because you'll see it in a few weeks. Sam Beauregard here. If you're in Germany, don't forget to buy a Chevy. Girl, put the gum away. That's germs, man. You're gonna get sick. Well, that's back when people's guts could handle more germs.
Something about Mike TV earlier. This was after Dahl passed away and everything. His wife was doing interview. I don't know what she was doing. But anyways, she did say that in the first draft of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that Mike TV's name was not Mike TV. It was Herpes Trout. So that was one where a rewrite was a good idea. I'm not even kidding. Herpes Trout.
When was the thing of herpes? Was herpes named for like a Roman god or something? Where do we
think that's Hermes?
Well, so
he's the messenger.
Has it always been? Has the herp always been the herp?
I think so.
I'm not a huge fan of Roald Dahl. I watched a bunch of his they made a bunch of his things on Netflix, like other stories they wrote, and they were well made, but I wasn't vibing with them. He loved the Tim Burton version. I hate the Tim Burton version. I've squashed my beef with Tim Burton, but that one sticks in me because just Depp is real weird in it. But this
part right here, do you remember this? Do you know about this? Why this happened this way? So this right here, whenever Gene Wilder, the only way that he agreed to do this movie was for this scene right here.
Oh yeah.
All of these kids and stuff that are sitting there looking and watching Gene Wilder, they didn't tell the kids this was going to happen. So that's their genuine look of what's going on with this guy.
Oh, it's
Gene,
go ahead.
Gene said that he wanted to come out with a limp and do a somersault. And they were like, why? They were like, why? And he said, because from that point on, you don't know if I'm telling the truth or not. And so it set the whole character.
Love Gene, man. I really would love to do oh, look at him. I actually really want to do what's it called? Blazing Saddles episode, because I talk about this a whole lot. By the way, anybody that thinks the TalkOver colors are the German flag, they're not. There's more colors. I looked at it. I worked so hard. It's 4 colors with 1 accent. It's 5 colors. You know how hard it is to get just 3 colors that don't represent something? I checked the whole internet. Anyway, so I think that Gene Wilder is one of my favorite actors. Probably my 3rd, 4th favorite actor of all time. I think him and Clavon Little and Blazing Saddles, their relationship is really sweet, and I think it's insanely lovely and charming, and so I'd love to talk about that. All right, so I did have a bit of business from the past, but this is I'm gonna rag on Trent on this one. So Pastor Trent says they go to the factory on October 1st. Well, Uncle walks out and does that sweet John Woo roll while wearing white pants. It's after Labor Day, my dude. What a bottom of the barrel joke I did. Oh man, your kid brought you food.
That's his food. He didn't eat because
that's your wife.
Like.
Okay. Well, that's in there now. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I fucking don't know about it.
It's just life, man. That's just life.
That's what I told you, man. You're getting ready to come on the show, and I was like, I know. When you walk in the door, it's waves of people. When you walk, and then if it's not people, it's the dogs.
Week too, because I'm getting ready. I'm flying out to Tampa tomorrow. They're driving up to Kentucky Wednesday.
Oh, they doing they doing a archery thing?
Yeah, nationals.
Nice. Man.
School is 9th in the state.
I love that you guys go to Louisville so much. I love that town, man. I think it's a great town.
Yeah, I was like, next year Trent will probably go with us.
I'd be down for that. I haven't been since we went. So Pastor Trent says, on the topic of fashion, Veruca looks lovely in that mink coat. Murderer splashes blood. Not a real fur. I want a fake fur coat so bad. Like
what about the kid that looks like there's only one kid dressed like a Von Trapp? He's walking in with
I don't think that. I think Wonka's wearing khakis. I think I got so drunk I'm colorblind.
Maybe you just had like a different TV.
I definitely had a shittier TV. It was this big, and I put googly eyes on it. So here's another stinker from the bottom of Trent's joke barrel. Oh wait, we ain't got there yet. These are some.
And I've got a couple of. I don't have a whole lot of tidbits, but I have a couple of them coming up.
Okay.
I'm gonna interrupt you if you're talking.
I wonder how much you get paid to hold coats, because there's people back there, all day long. Like they're real hands.
What? You know what I would hang out there. You know what I would do, right?
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna be like, I'll take the lower one. I'll be like, why don't you just hold this for me?
Now we gotta fire another coat holder because
now I have to write another check. I'm gonna make no money.
If it wasn't that you're talking about, if it was literally just holding a coat and you could sit and you had a way to prop your arm and you didn't get like blood clots or anything, what would you want to be paid for an 8-hour shift? You get breaks, every 2 hours. Every 2 hours you get a 15, and you get 30-minute for lunch, where you can leave your position. But 8 hours a day, you hold a coat. And some days you may not have a coat. Some days you might have a hat. How much would you? What would you? I want to be a little high. I go a little high for that.
I would probably say 30 plus an hour.
Yeah, okay. I'm in the I'm at that. I was gonna say like 200-300 a day. You pay me like 300
Yeah.
a day, and I can use my other hand to like surf the internet or send text messages or eat a sandwich.
Yeah, because if you keep yourself busy, then you know it's that thing where if you hold it up and you know you're holding your hand up, then it gets heavier. But if you're doing something else and you distract yourself, you can do it longer.
Yeah, you could get like a something to prop it. So here's my bottom of the barrel joke for this one. Pastor Trent says the contract the kids signed clearly is the origins of the iTunes user agreement. Nobody reads that shit anyways. What is it, 2007, Trent? Jesus. I want this hallway in my home. So Pastor Trent says Veruca runs into that hallway and doesn't stop until she literally runs into the far wall. She must be stupid too. How many billion people do you think are on Earth? Fucking got her.
She's like, there's got to be 200. There's
She
got to
just
be 200
runs
million.
into it like she can't see. Put your hands out or something. My theory when I was a kid is that this hallway rotates like a turnstile at a train station. And so it's so slow they don't feel it. It only has to rotate a little bit, and then the door opens at another hallway. So all he has to do is make his way to the end slowly and come back, and you got the tiny hallway. That's my theory.
It's pretty slick.
I can't believe I brought up the iTunes end user agreement. God. Didn't we agree to stop with that after South Park did such a good job of it?
Oh my God. I've got to start watching South Park.
It's been a long time for me. I got tired of just hearing like writers complain about stuff. We were talking about Seinfeld the other day. That's why I'm not crazy about Seinfeld's comedy, is that he's just complaining about shit. I just like him for the producing shit. Like I want to see more stuff made, and I think people that have been in the industry and comedy and stuff for a long time are where we should go, because they were at the beginning. They knew what it's like to be a comedian on stage, like really hustling. So I think those people should be pulling strings and stuff. They got a lot of insight. So,
okay, so this room they're about to go in.
Oh yeah.
Before this initial scene, when they first go in, the kids weren't told about what was in there. They had no idea. This is the first time they'd seen it.
Oh, fun!
So their reactions whenever they first walk in
is genuine. So that's the second time they've done a Hans Gruber from Die Hard, because he didn't know he was getting dropped either at the end.
Right.
Good filmmakers. So Pastor says,
all right, so watch these genuine faces.
Oh, yeah, let's watch this. Look at TV. Oh, Augustus, man. Oh man. Even the parents.
Or the parents. The parents didn't know.
Better. Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is this
Gene
shit?
was the only one that know.
Genius.
The chocolate river.
Yeah.
Real chocolate. It was chocolate, cream, and water. It was so hot in that place that it smelled so bad from just spoiled milk in the chocolate.
Oh yeah, it curdled and shit. I didn't think about that. Wow. So back when they're in the hallway, Pastor Trent says Wonka plays the music on the musical lock, and Mike TV's mom goes Rachmaninoff with her nose in the air. Literally everyone else in that hallway silently groans. Oh, good. I agree with that one. All right. So playing back off of what you just said about the which, by the way, the greatest song in the movie. No, is it just me?
Every song in this movie, except for only one song, the lyrics were taken from the book.
Okay.
Everything else was written for the movie. And
then Sammy Davis Jr.'s was the other one, right?
For the movie.
Okay. Well, so this
the
is my
boat
favorite
scene coming up is the only thing where they took the lyrics from the book.
Oh, that's the only one. Okay.
Everything else was made for the movie.
When's Trent Reznor going to cover that? All right. So Pastor Trent says, you think I'm going to bitch about just how unsanitary the big candy garden and Choco Waterfall are? It's fine. It's a different time. They all have immune systems that can kill 100% of germs instead of just 99.99%. I said so. Oh no, maybe I'm not so different from maybe past me. You're not so different, you and I just said shit about that. All right, we'll see. But yeah, no, I love if you want to view Paradise, it's been used in so many things. There's a guy. Okay, so there's a documentary called Make Believe. And it's about magic camp, or not magic camp. It's about magic competition for teens. And this one kid is like the poor kid that like comes from like some little town. He doesn't have access to a lot of. There is a magic shop there, so he had people to mentor him. But he had to go up against a lot of people that had money. Magic is a thing where if you have money, you can put it into your stuff. I had shit made out of soup cans. Like I love when I did magic, it was like playing. That's why I like playing cards so much, because it's
right there where she was smashing. I'm sorry, where she was smashing that on the rock.
Mm-hmm.
She actually fell and cut her knee open doing that. There's supposed to be a Band-Aid. In some scenes, you can see a Band-Aid show up on her knee.
Throw her in the chocolate river. Just grab another kid. Look at mom sneaking that shit. Good for you. Get that.
Use those hands like a pro.
So talking about the what is the name of the song they're singing right? If You Want to View Paradise. I can't remember the rest of the name. Well, what I was going to say is that kid that was in that documentary, I saw that documentary a long time ago, and it was also filmed, and then it took a few years to come out. And fast forward to now, I collect playing cards, and the best playing cards, in my opinion, in the world are Cherry Casinos. And what blew my mind was, I flipped over the pack one day, because they'll have if they're designed by somebody, if it's not like straight from USPCC, they'll have like who designed it. Derek McCree's the kid's name. It said designed by Derek McCree from Pure Imagination. In the documentary, he won that competition. His big set was to this song because he loved this movie. And he named his company Pure Imagination like 10, 15 years later. I got goosebumps when I read that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, I love it. But yeah, you want to know in my opinion, after I've been through a couple hundred packs of playing cards, Cherry Casinos, pick them up, man.
Not a sponsor.
No, man, no. They're getting like, I have a pack that if I wouldn't have opened it are worth $275 now. Boy, I'm pissed. I didn't just open it. I fucking used the hell out of them. Beat the shit out of those cards, and now I can't really get another pack of. They're a specific type.
Shuffle them up.
Yeah, they're great cards. They wear really, really well, but they're the Monte Carlo, the black and gold one. So
that's chocolate.
All right, just a heads up, man. We got about 3.5 minutes left, and we're gonna take the hour mark break.
All right.
Yeah, just I had to, man. We were getting it on the three dudes talking about how horny Three Musketeers are, and I had to we were coming up. I was like, we gotta stop talking because we just couldn't stop, man. It was a good time. It was fun, or was it? It's in the future.
Little man.
So there are people that are like, they really don't like the idea of the Oompa Loompas because it's icky. Let's just, it's a little icky because the only non-white people in this are the Oompa Loompas. I think they handled it well in the new one. I
don't know because it's always like right here, he's talking about it.
The Humslinglers or Dumblinglers.
Yeah, so I mean, he's sitting there talking about hey, they were in danger. Like we were, I took care of them.
Save you as long as you make my chocolate. I'm kidding.
And it's payback. I mean, they could go if he wants to. He's not holding them hostage.
That's a plot episode to Rick and Morty. It's like, no, we pay them and they give us their service, and they're like, how it sounds like slavery with extra steps. That's a Rick and Morty joke. But on the topic of them, we'll talk about more after the break, but I have a pitch for a movie that in my head I'm calling Drug Wonka. And so it's the super future and all drugs are legal. And so these big companies make like crazy drugs, like all kinds of new drugs that work a different way and function a different way. And so like the Wonka is like upset because people are like revolting because they're like, we should get more of these drugs. These help us with stuff. These help us get through things, anxiety and pain and stuff like that. And so he's like, they don't understand. I'm not doing this to be rich. It just costs a lot to do this because he gets shit from the jungle and he gets weird things. And so he lets them all in. And so I've literally mapped out every scene of what it would be as if it was drugs instead of candy. But
yeah, what if this is? I mean, he's surely amongst his travels, he's come across quite a bit of opiates.
Oh,
what if he just fed them something at the very beginning and this whole thing's a trippy hallucination?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This part, what is, Gene, man, Joe cleaned up, man. He's good suit. I just noticed it.
He looks great for a job interview.
Yes. When we get done here today, maybe go by the mall.
Yeah. How about fill an application on the way out of the factory?
You know, shake a few hands, press a few hams. Every time I go through TSA, I feel like this. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. They kind of fat hate at the airport. Just putting it out
And
there.
we do assume that all the kids die, right?
Yeah, horribly.
Okay.
And then they get made into candy.
Yes.
Got about 30 seconds here. Because lady. Rachmaninoff. That woman. Swear to God. She's just eating styrofoam. All right. We got to count down. We got to stop in 3, 2, 1, and stop. All right.
Done it.
Nailed it.
I'm at 1 hour on the dot.
All right. So I tell you what, we're going to take a little break. Don't rush back. Most accidents happen in your home. Wash your hands. Bye. All right.
Oh, hey there, Brandon. How's it going?
Hello, heavy metal Alexa.
It's our first time recording together. Thank you so much for coming on for the Smoking the Bandit episode. Trent's made me watch it so many times to have a different track for the audio has been wonderful. So, listen, what I do here is I come in and I ask some questions of the guests while Trent's still in the bathroom. And so, since we've been watching a movie about candy, which, by the way, this has just been a wonderful time, what is your least favorite candy?
My least favorite candy has to be Dots.
Oh, yes. I rolled over one of those one day and couldn't get it out of my spikes. They're terrible. I've heard they give them out at Halloween to kids they don't care for very much.
Yeah, I let my kids keep that. I don't eat that one.
That doesn't get taxed.
Yeah, no dad tax there.
Totally understandable. I have to say my least favorite are candy buttons because they're circles. Squares are better. Squares for life. Throw a brick. Start a riot. Damn the man. Save the empire. Okay, well, I'm going to roll on out of here. It's been a wonderful treat. It's the first time I've ever seen this movie. It's great. So you guys have a good night. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There's no time to talk about what just happened. We must get back into this show. Are you ready, Brennan?
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Now, look, I know you'll have some stuff to say, but we don't have a lot of time with what's about to happen. I got to set this up. So, while I've been sober as a preacher for a while now, I read through that email way earlier in the year to make sure I didn't say anything too crazy, and I was pretty high, and I challenged Brandon to a lip sync battle over the part in the boat that's coming up, and I went a little hard on the like I wish I could. We text too much. I wish I could go all the way back to what I said because I challenged you, and you're like, "Oh man, I think I do okay." I'm like, "Yeah, you'll do okay with me giving you a red ass beat down." I just kept sending you like antagonistic shit, so I didn't.
Yeah, it was very alarming in the middle of the day. It was just out of nowhere violent.
Why were you that high at 5 a.m? But no, Brandon's very good at lip sync battle, and so very good at lip syncing. Brandon, what's your after you take that? I'll wait till after you take the drink. But what's your TikTok channel? Not channel, your TikTok.
It might be the real Brandon Kilpatrick.
That's it.
I'll let you know.
I think that's it too. But
or the real Brand Kilpatrick. Is Brand or Brandon?
Look up Brandon Kilpatrick. Look for his shining face, and he does. You do some lip sync.
Yeah, my
stuff
profile pictures of me in a bathtub. So
you know what he's doing. So specifically, we're going to be doing this song, and this is how we're gonna know to cue in. So what happens is Grandpa Joe. I should get my let me bring this up. Grandpa Joe is going to say a bit of dialogue after they go crazy. We all know this scene. They're going to go crazy on the boat. I hate the chicken head getting cut off and the bugs, but Grandpa Joe's going to go couldn't be. I think Charlie goes Slugworth, but when Grandpa Joe goes couldn't be, after that is the lip sync. Now we can go all the way until Wonka says stop the boat. I'm going to end it at what I think the end of the song is, and what I'm gonna do is try and make it into a short, and then you all can vote on it. Tell us which one won. I don't know why I clicked. That was weird. You're not horses. Oh man. So yeah, we got a couple of minutes before that comes up, but I just wanted to.
Okay, so I want you to look at how many empty seats do you see on this boat?
None.
Did he know that the other two people were gonna not be there? Is he knocking them off? I want you listen when they do the Wonka wash car later. I want you to see how many seats there are on it.
That's a great call. Get your finger out there, girl.
So she did not want to do this scene because she had a crush. She tried to get them to not put that scene in there. She did not want to pick her nose in front of Charlie.
Oh, she liked Charlie?
She did. She had a crush on huge crush IRL.
She likes the Buckeye, man. This guy.
Nuts.
This guy.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's salt's nuts. Yeah. So the Oompas are like, we can make you a boat that holds all the people that are coming. No. Take a couple out. We don't need them.
So after we do the lip sync and everything, I'll do a callback to this.
Excellent. So we're waiting for Grandpa Joe to go couldn't be. I hate this first part too. It's icky.
Yeah. Just wait. Just keep the ick and the look and the kids and parents' faces.
Look at Gene.
My cursor's right on his nose. He looked funny.
Yeah, I'm nervous for this. I had my hand on my mouse like I was going to do something with it. Look at Joe.
Fun.
If you try and mess me up during this to sabotage me, I swear.
I'm not even looking at you.
Okay,
I'm gonna
good.
be looking straight ahead. I'm doing a
don't
monologue.
try and trick the other person. Just try and win, okay? Don't try and...
Yeah.
Right here. Okay, after Grandpa Joe.
You did a hand.
Yeah, I do.
You did a hand. I like that hand.
I do prop work. Yeah.
I didn't know. I was just facial expressions. I was holding on to my armrest. I could have been grieving. Okay, so
I'm gonna put,
so they
I'm
were.
Gonna, hold on. I'm gonna put up a thumbs up on the right of the screen for the short. That way, if Brandon won, click the thumbs up, and if you think I won, click the like button. What you got?
Yeah, no.
Why am I clicking?
So,
Why am I doing this?
I kind of showed you. I don't know. I feel like a horse.
That was fun. I'm sweating.
Um,
I'm so nervous. I don't know what it's gonna look like either. I don't know what
I don't
yours
either
looks
because
like.
I wasn't looking. I was looking like straight ahead.
Oh man, what if we explode?
I didn't look at you till the end. I saw you out of my peripheral.
I caught you a couple of times, and I was like, "Quit looking at him. You're gonna mess up." Stay in the game, Trent. Stay in the game. All right, what'd you want to say? I'm so sorry, man. Thanks for indulging me.
Yeah. So that whole thing on the boat was.
What the fuck are we doing?
It was the first time that they saw all the lights and
Mm-hmm.
Gene Wilder, and like I said, that was the only song that was taken from the book.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I love it, man. I think.
But
It's
yeah,
wonderful.
so they were literally. They thought that.
Oh no. Oh man, probably got to pause this. Hang on. Yeah, it's funny. You sent me a message like I'm the one that froze, and I'm like,
I mean, it's colder in Wisconsin.
Yeah, okay. So all right. So listen, everybody. Technical difficulty, very, very sorry. I hope you paused your movie. We got at 106.34 right now. I'm gonna give us another countdown and we're gonna start it right back up. This was great about being pre-recorded. It's perfect. This is, if it's gonna break, this is when it should break. It's like when they invite Ian and his girl, his partner, and the other Ian. Are they both named Ian? All the Jurassic Park people. Let's get this movie started. You ready, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
I choose to believe we broke the internet with the lip sync battle. That's my theories.
I can absolutely buy that. Yeah, that tracks. That makes sense to me.
I'm gonna have my chocolate now. I like this scene. I
got some kettle corn during the break.
I saw, man. I talked with Aiden on Monster House about you and kettle corn because he got some by accident. You can see his face turn when he's like, "That's not what I was expecting."
Yeah, and before I knew kettle corn was a thing, I would just get cheap popcorn and put sugar on it.
Oh my god.
So by the way, Roald Dahl disowned the movie. He hated it.
I thought I knew that, yeah. But I mean,
he didn't like the songs because, well, I mean, his stories are kind of darker.
Oh yeah.
He thought that the songs were too upbeat and bright. and he didn't think that Gene Wilder had really brought Wonka's character to life.
Well, he really loved Depp's, and that's where. All right, look, man, this is gonna hurt some people's feelings, and I'm sorry, but art. I mean this in two ways. Art is not released; it escapes. And the way I originally heard, I stole that from Robert Rodriguez. He talks about having more time to tinker with stuff. Like if he has 3 more months to work on something, he's going to keep. I do the same thing. I tinker way too much. Jack White talks about waiting until if he's got 3 months to make something, he'll do it the last month. You know that, and that's a good thing too because then you're going to overwork it. You shouldn't overwork stuff. But when it's released, you've given it to the world. You're not an altruist. You did this for profit, and then we purchased it. If I buy a car and then a few years later you decide I'm going to change how it is.
He's making coat soup.
Yeah, man, it's Charlie's Mom's recipe.
He stole it,
but she got it off the back of a Toll House T-shirt in recipe. Never told nobody. Said it was the family recipe. So that's
a Quaker Coats recipe.
Fucking nailed it.
Anyways.
Jeez, man. Okay, so okay. Also, the guy that made the Watchmen comic, he also God, I'm blanking on his name right now. He disowned that movie. And what's funny is he's had other of his comics made into movies, and that's by far the best one. The only thing that's different in the Watchmen movie and was in the comic is they fixed his terrible ending. That every person I've let borrow my copy of Watchmen comic, I ask them, "What do you think happened at the end of it?" And I get a different answer. So there are a lot of movies that vary from what the original was. Stephen King movies make me so mad. And a part of it is because he goes around selling his scripts for like $1 or $19, depending on which version of the facts you think you know about Stephen King are. And then he ends up being on set for shit. Like he was on all the interviews for Under the Dome. That show was terrible. It was god awful. Ask anyone. Like we watched all of them in podcasts. It's the best podcast we've ever done. And it's because his shit gets tinkered with. The same thing happened with the Dark Tower. Like he put out Dark Tower series. It's one of my favorites. And the movie's kind of garbage. Like it's got some good stuff in it. It's got great people in it, but it's not the story. And none of us wanted that. We wanted what was in the book. So like, stop. You wrote the thing. Leave it. If you want to make movies, make them. Stop saying this other shit and trying to take down somebody else's art off of your art. You made money off of it, dog. They didn't steal it.
All right. I'm sorry I brought that up.
I get aggravated with it, man, because you cannot tell me that Johnny Depp did better than Gene Wilder. You cannot tell me that. Like, he's creepy in the Tim Burton one. Like, he says jokes that he's like me. He says jokes that just don't land. Like, what is the shit with him quoting the song, "Good morning, Sasha"? Did you just have nothing else clever to say?
I don't know, but I get that meme a lot of mornings. That's how Erica will send me that meme as a good morning text.
Hey, we haven't talked about this because she is a Johnny Depp fan. Have you seen this? You seen his cologne commercial?
She is. I'm literally just like looking at an autographed picture of him right now.
Have y'all seen the cologne commercial? That's like way too much. He's like walking with a wolf and a guitar. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
He goes hard in that one, man. You know what though? Curious as what it smells like. Kind of want to take a spritz.
Kind of think it smells like a wolf in a trailer park.
What if it's the best smelling cologne ever? That'd be incredible. It's probably not. I feel a little Dracar Noir coming on. So
yeah, I think it smells like wet wolf.
Well, you're the cologne guy. You're one of those guys that has a billion colognes. You should get it. You should try it for the good of the world.
You know what? I might do that. Review coming soon, or whenever I can afford it.
I had a Batman clone for a while because I laughed at it and I saw it on Amazon and I was like, Batman cologne, fucking add to cart. It smelled terrible. That bottle, and girls didn't find it funny when they saw it. They thought I really used Batman cologne. I had to throw that thing away.
Right there, that's not really paint. That's just a blue light on her.
I heard that it was like practical. They could see it there. Which is interesting.
That's how you do the gradual, but then she does get painted.
Yeah. Well, you can see the light reflecting off of his coat, her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fun fact.
Yeah.
About this right here. So, the blue paint that they put on her, they did, so many times of her getting painted up. few days later in math class, she starts sweating a little bit, and she's sweating out that blue, and she turns blue all over again.
She
because
turned
it's sweating
violet.
out of her pores.
Violet
She did in the
turned
middle of
violet,
math class.
Oh man, was she trying to see the percentage of 2?
I don't know what she was doing.
Man.
Math stuff.
Well, it's talked a lot about how that person like died or passed out or something that was in Goldfinger when they painted it. Like you're supposed to the myth, and then Mythbusters sort of like tested it, and it's like bullshit. But like, yeah, that's a lot of paint, man. I think about that a lot with another painted blue actress, Jillian Jacobs. That's not her name. The girl she plays Nebula in
Okay.
In the Guardians movies.
There was also Rebecca Romijn in X-Men.
Mystique. Yeah, my favorite Mystique.
Tin Man ended up getting cancer because of the lead paint.
Oh yeah, that's right. That movie was hell on
Ooh,
hell.
It was dark.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
Wizard
really
of
bad
Oz
about coming
Asbestos
down
Snow.
Roald Dahl. I think there's gonna be a lot of people that are like, all right, Trent, back it down a little bit. I was blacked out during that. I feel kind of bad about it now. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, at the root of it, you have to understand it was made for kids.
You're right.
What we see in cynicism, they see in innocence.
They appreciate, and I loved it. I still love this movie though. Like,
my favorite. I love Gene Wilder. I don't care what he could be in.
Oh man, I had on young Frankenstein.
Let him play the lead in Mein Kampf. I'd watch it.
Yeah. So it's like another version of window lickers, a wall licker.
Wallpaper lickers.
I'm sorry about doing that in the microphone. Oh, they have pineapple. Hey, is it?
Look, Grandpa Joe's like, I wish they had a bed frame flavor. Can we get some textured wallpaper?
Oh Jesus. That's really good. There's a thing, and I don't know if it's real or not. It's one of those things where it's like could be an urban myth, but like banana flavored stuff that we have is not that flavor of banana hasn't existed since like the 50s, and it's just the same flavor profile, and that's why banana flavoring tastes different than bananas. But I also heard somebody say that in the next like 10 to 15 years, we just won't have bananas anymore. So I buy bananas every time I go to Quick Trip because I'm worried that's my favorite fruit. So, well, pineapple's my favorite fruit. We're not getting rid of pineapple. Pineapple will outlast everything. It's a great fruit.
So we're really in danger of losing bananas?
That's what I heard from a smart person that teaches school. Yeah. So I trust them, but it also might be
public or private school.
It was a private one.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably listen then.
Yeah.
You're not being forced with
the creds are a little high. Yeah, he had to this part. I got to get back to the premise of the show because I've missed a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to catch them all up. So I'll get this one. Back when they got off the boat, Past Trent said, off the boat, Wonka speaks what is clearly German, and Miss Rachmaninoff, geography teacher's like, that's not French. Wow, very astute, Professor. You should be our captain. How many people do you think are on Earth?
Okay. You may tell you about Miss Little Smarty Pants though. It's like Rachmaninoff.
Yeah. What do you got about her?
That song that he plays on his little keyboard to open it up. It's Mozart.
She's wrong.
She's wrong. She's 100% wrong.
All right. So the wall licking scene, Pastor says, I love the Snosberries wall licking scene. Wonka ends it with, we are the music makers and we are the dreamers of dreams. Fucking baller. Not a complaint. Game recognizes game. I agree. That's an amazing line. All right. So this one right here, Pastor Trent says, fizzy lifting drink scene has Joe cursing Charlie to drink a drink that Wonka literally just decreed is unsafe. I would suspect foul play, but what are you going to do without your tobacco mule, Joe? You didn't think about that, did you? Because he lured his... Anyway, that's a tweener.
Well, you know what Germany doesn't have?
Fizzy lifting drinks?
The FDA.
You know what? I just recently found that out. Let's not rehash that again. I was already angry about Roald Dahl having feelings about his work being bastardized. Oh man, I need to pick a lane. Just stay in it and shut the fuck up. Let's see. What is this one? Okay, so this is look, this is when I was a kid, I always felt like I could stop myself. Like I got enough surface area of like my arms where I feel like you ever go down a slide with shorts that are a little too short?
All the time.
Yeah, so I feel like I could reverse that. I feel like I'd be fine. All right,
you're just gonna starfish it on the wall.
Yeah, maybe take my pants off. Do your pants float?
Okay, yeah. If your pants are off, you definitely can. You can create a suction.
Ski. You go back to wall.
Yeah, you're just back to
it. So Pestrant says, I want to make it clear before this next remark that I don't wish any harm to Joe or Charlie. But what if they didn't burp? And what if the fizzy lifting drink sent them into the fan? All the other kids were presumably murdered behind closed doors. What if Wonka realizes the poor people got lost from the group and went back? Would he simply wipe a finger through the blood, taste and say, new flavor idea. Poor hustler grandpa now with gullible child.
But I mean, let's give it up for Grandpa Joe because just 24 hours ago, he hadn't stood in 20 years. And now he's flying. So
Yeah,
way to
Joe.
go. It's been a big day for Grandpa Joe.
It's a big day. October 1st, red letter day for Grandpa Joe. Oh man, this scene's okay. We're getting close to my two of my favorite scenes, other than the boat scene. Boat scene's pretty incredible, even with the nasty stuff. But I'm glad you brought up something about the Wonka Wash. I was just Wonka Watch backwards. That one and the Mike TV, because I like movies and stuff, and so like I thought it was fun when I was a kid. It's very White Room. Fun fact about Wisconsin: if you call a shopping cart a buggy, they get angry. Like
Really?
Like not confused. They don't take a moment and a beat to like use context. I found that we are more contextually based people, being from where we're from, because when you say where's the buggy, they go, what? Try it. Sometime when you're above like Kentucky.
I'm definitely gonna now.
Yeah. Did I tell you the thing about the shopping carts that they're actually invented in the South?
No, that makes sense though.
Piggly Wiggly in one of them in Tennessee.
That makes sense because Piggly Wiggly was also the very first self-shopper grocery store.
Oh no shit.
Before that, clerks just got stuff for you. Piggly Wiggly was like, hey, let these people do it themselves. So that makes sense. That's where the shopping cart would start.
Well, so the first one that was made was more like a milk carton in a wheelchair, but they improved on it, and no one wanted to use it because guys didn't want to do it because it seemed like it was pushing a baby carriage, and women didn't want to have their gender roles assumed, which is very progressive for the South back then. But,
yeah, it was because we barely care now.
Exactly.
I'm just
Well, you're trying to do
kidding.
math?
I'm just kidding. Equality.
Are you trying to figure out what 2% is? Get back in your box. So what they had to
Why
do
don't
was
you scoot over, let me drive.
They had to hire models to show how to use it, like Abercrombie models, like a man and a woman, to be like, here, let me show you what this buggy is. And then other people called it a shopping cart. I'm saying buggy's the real name. Put it out there.
I'm gonna say whichever one gets the people most upset, that's the one I want to call it.
Buggy, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for it. It's a buggy.
We say it and they goes, what? Like a Disney villain.
And then I gotta go buggy.
Man, while we're on this, we're not talking about this movie at all, but while we're on this, there was one time after I first got up here in Wisconsin where I needed a pitcher, like a tea pitcher or a Kool-Aid pitcher. I was going to make Tang. And so I was in the store, and sometimes grocery stores have like other stuff, like this grocery store had like some cooking stuff and things. It wasn't just a food library. And so I cornered a store employee and I go, hey, where do you guys have the pitchers? Like the pitchers, like you put something in and you pour it. And he looked the most confused I've ever seen. And I thought, oh no, is pitcher a Southern word like buggy? And he goes, a pitcher. I go, yeah, a pitcher. Like you put liquid in it, you pour it out. And he goes, pitcher. I go, yeah, like a tea pitcher or like a, yeah, I just kept saying something. He goes, oh, you mean a pitcher? He goes, I thought you meant a picture. And I'm like, where is it? Stopping. I have hard days, man. Real hard days just getting through life.
Well, man, it sounds like sometimes it's the other people.
I tried, man. I was nice to him, you know. I gave him a tip. No, I didn't get it. Oh no! Bye, Mr. Salt. Watch out for your nuts. Oh man,
Grandpa Joe is tall.
oh god, he is. He's as tall as Jesus. He's as tall as
He's
Gene's
taller than
hat.
Gene. Yeah.
Here we go. I didn't talk about the last one, but I love these a lot. I like how they did the lettering. I don't know how they would have done it back then because it wasn't Photoshop. It wasn't, After Effects.
Yeah.
It wasn't Canva. But like this looks steezy as shit, right?
Yeah, I don't know how stuff like that. Which I don't really know how they do it today.
I could do this pretty easily today. Weirdly, there's a lot of things that'll just do this for you. But yeah, I don't know what they did with film back then. I should look into that. I have the internet now.
There you go.
These
Now,
guys-
got something to look forward to.
Some of these guys are so done with this.
Yeah, that one. Well, now where is he at?
Well, see, there's a main one that's like not the middle, but middle left. He's kind of the
Yeah. He
Yeah.
looks like Hugh Laurie's new one.
Grant.
Hugh Grant. Yeah, not
if
Hugh
Hugh
Laurie, not
Laurie
House.
would've done
Oh
it.
my God, that would be awesome.
Bro, I've been watching House
Dude,
recently.
he would talk so much shit. He'd be like, I'm not getting it. You get it yourself.
Man. I've learned that my management skills at work come from House, unfortunately.
House would be able to tell them the medical reason why they're orange.
Yeah.
He's like, I know why I'm
Well,
orange.
he would
like this right here.
immediately blame it on some kind of bird poop bacteria because it was either that or cancer every time.
Yep. By the way, not an empty seat on this ride.
Full ride, standing room
They were-
only.
There was supposed to be 10 plus Willie. Now we're down to 4 in Willie, and there's only
That's
4 seats in Willie's.
That's an excellent point because these are far more tailor-made for the individuals than the boat was. This is like if you didn't believe it, like those are bucket seats, Charlie bucket seats, Grandpa Joe bucket seats. So real quick, Trent from the past says that car that spews suds out at people while they're driving had always and will always remain my favorite scene. Mike TV's mom is freaking the F out over the suds. Oh my God, her misfortune and discomfort cracks me up. I guess I hate her more than Grandpa Joe. Man, who hurt me? I landed the plane. Kinda.
So these suds coming out of here were made mainly from fire extinguishers of this era.
What was in it?
Stuff that caused a lot of irritation, and they had to go to the hospital because of skin irritants.
Fire extinguishers either do one of two things. They either make it cold enough that it doesn't become fire, or they remove the oxygen. So what
I'm listening right
letter-
here. I don't know what letter it was. I think this was still just the old solid red one that you would carry around with a cartoon sound behind you.
Yeah. Hasawara. Love that man. Why? Love it. Oh man. Here it is. And they get these steezy suits and the slit goggles. Wait, how many suits are there?
Enough for who is there. There's 5 suits. He knew people were gonna die.
Oh my God. You know what? I was just recently telling somebody about how Ferris Bueller's
You know
Day
who killed
Off-
him? In the background? Slugworth. That's what he does.
He's the bag man. Oh, yo. No wonder he's everywhere. Slugworth's the ultimate bag man. Okay, so if you want, I was telling somebody this recently. It is
Herpes trout.
Somebody told me that you what was I saying? You said herpes trout, and it completely
Dude, I'm
knocked
so
my
sorry.
train.
You were
off the
talking about
fucking
Mike
tracks.
TV.
Nope. It
Nope.
was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. If you go into it thinking that from the beginning of the day that Ferris's intent was to get Cameron to confront his dad, it paints it very differently. It's kind of a fun thought experiment. It's really interesting. I like that a lot. But now knowing this, that like it was intentional they were going to die, not just, oh, it happened. Well, that helps weed it out. And that Slugworth is the bag man.
And we're opening up some doors.
So I'll tell you about my favorite scene that I've got in mind for Drug Wonka. Now we're gonna have all of the individual scenes are gonna be like have an amalgam of. It's gonna be like a touchstone or a counterpart to them. The Oompa Loompas are gonna be freed prisoners who were imprisoned before drugs were legal, and the system wouldn't let them out. And so Drug Wonka frees them just for the fuck of it. And they're like, hey, we can't go anywhere now because we're off the grid and you freed us, but like we'd go back to jail. And so he's like, I can make some condos. And like, and then they're like, cool, but we need money for stuff. And he's like, hey, you want to help make drugs? And that's where it gets kind of in the point of I freed you, so now you work for me. So it's real touchy. But since it's such a dumb idea, it's fine. But as they're going through the different drugs, one of them is going to be a drug that is administered through a laser gun. And so they're going to set up to do a laser tag. And the idea is that, you know, whoever, I picture an older Ryan Gosling because he's in everything right now. And so I picture him as Drug Wonka being like, yeah, so we were trying to test out a new delivery system for drugs that was instant. And we were also developing a drug that was instant activating. So we just tested both at the same time. And so they're getting geared up for like the laser tag, and they're holding it. Goes, wait, what drug is in this? He goes, it gives you an orgasm with none of the secretions. And so then they play laser tag, and they're like, well, how do you know if you get shot? And they get, well, no one pretends that they want to play anymore if they get shot once. And and it's going to come back later because that's going to be the everlasting gobstopper. My equivalent, Charlie Bucket's going to try and steal that. And then later when they're talking about, you know, there's that beast that's in this one they talk about that was hunting the Oompa Loompas. Okay, so there's gonna be a version of that he keeps in a big like terrarium type thing, like a huge biome, and this animal somehow, it's like part of his biome, it helps make this thing that makes some kind of a super drug. And so the only way to get it is to have one of these live creatures, and so it can sort of tend to this plant. And so they sneak in, and the Charlie Bucket is going to sneak in with Wonka, and they go to get some of it to make some of this drug, but the monster shows up because he didn't put it to sleep or something like that. And so to save Wonka's life, the Charlie pulls out the laser and shoots the monster, and then it has an orgasm and falls over. But then revealing that he stole the laser. I'm telling you, you need this script, Hollywood. I'm telling you.
Okay, so we just went through the whole public domain thing of like Steamboat Willie, right? Now Steamboat Willie's every goddamn where.
Oh, sure. Oh, for sure.
Is there something like that with Wonka? Is there one day when everybody can just use Willy Wonka?
The family will have to mess up and not renew the thing. It'll have to be like stupid old, or
maybe we could just send like one hell of a script. Okay, so what if we did do Willy Wonka?
We just call it Drug Wonka, like the People's Joker.
Wheatley Wonka. Let's call it Wheatley Wonka.
That's pretty good. But yeah, it does need a better name than Drug
Wonka. And it's for
Wonka.
Adults. It's like, I want to make it like a comedy
I want a
pothead
hard
version.
R. Yeah, for sure. There will be blood. I'm dead sick. Who cares? It can still be for kids. They gave us RoboCop toys when I was a kid. Like, what are we kidding ourselves here?
Right?
What does it matter? Come on, man. Oh man. This movie's a big creative, like sparklight for me. It gets my juices going. Always has been.
Cranks your tractor.
Cranks my tractor, man. Absolutely. Let's get back to the point of the show. So Past Trent says, "Oh boo, Mike TV and his mom are leaving. Oh man, I'm so sad. It's a real bummer, man. Really gonna miss. Oh hey, Oompas are singing. I don't remember hating them. I like Mike TV. That's different. Okay, that's different.
They also have never seen inside his office before, so their reactions to that's also genuine. Not Gene. Gene knew. Grandpa Joe and Charlie.
So they just filmed them it's like a found footage film.
Charlie's character, or the actor for that, he got cast before there was a script. Like whenever he was like, "What am I supposed to do?" They sent him a copy of the book.
Learn it, kid.
They're like, "Read this."
Yeah, past Trent says Wonka's office is full of things cut in half, but it's not all the same half. Some left half and some right half. You're a madman, sir. A madman. I like that one. That's okay. That's a cute one. That's what the other side of this room looks like, is all the other halves of shit that you'll never see it. Oh man, I do love this part though. This. He opened the door. It's half the contract. This guy. Oh, throw the microphone on the ground. The show is over.
Says a guy faking. It says a guy faking a walk for 20 years.
Joe's matching his energy, man. This is. I bet little Charlie was just like, adults are fighting.
I'm uncomfortable.
He's got half a calendar. Hope he kept the weekend. Man, dang, dude. Like that. God, Gene was so good. Guy playing Joe, man, crushes it. I think he's had a good look. He's got the moves.
Everybody in here was cast perfect.
I think so too. I don't have a single problem with any, like, yeah, this is one of the best ever made movies. Like, yeah, it's a little antique and weird looking, but none of it's bad. Not a single inch of this is bad. Hell, we were watching Back to the Future.
He only has half the matches.
Look, he has this half of the matches, but this half of the book. You're crazy. My boy, you did it. So, yeah, no, I'm just gushing about it. This movie's still. Oh, we were talking about Back to the Future. As much as I love Back to the Future. There's a scene I would absolutely cut out of the movie. It makes no sense whatsoever, and it messes with the tempo. If you clipped it out, it would be a better movie. Or I pitched a better way to do it. So check that episode out when it happens. Why do I keep clicking? That's not a new thing. We're not making that a thing. I don't like that. God. Oh, there's two calendar halves, but they're different calendars.
How did that picture staying hung up?
Half a nail.
It only had half a string. There wasn't the other end. It was just.
Oh, man. I want to push all these buttons.
I like the subway straps. By the way, only enough for the people in there. Which that was kind of a gimme. He knew if he was going to be in there, I was going to be able to win it.
But at this point, you can keep adding on sentences to his cry. I agree with you at this point. Now we see the code of the Matrix. We can't unsee it. Oh, man. Yeah, and I think about that. I do, I'm glad you brought that up about the chocolate bars being wooden, because, like, there's a lot of this stuff that prop builders just had to make, and it's like, well, like, the deal with Ghostbusters about Slimer, right?
Tell me about Slimer.
So Slimer was supposed to be a sort of like a homage to Belushi, who had passed away.
Oh, okay, yeah. I do.
So that was a situation of a prop builder just being told a thing and not being given all the information, but like they would have had the book, and it's not that thick of a book. It's a quick read. If I remember correctly. And so they would have had to imagine all this stuff. And obviously you've got your creative directors, the director and everybody else working on it. But it's interesting to see like how, like, this looks fantastic. Like, this looks like old Disney movies. Like a lot of Herbie movies looked like that with sort of flying effects and stuff. And, man, this shot, like nowadays the drone, you can just do this in 2 seconds, but it's gorgeous, beautiful. Reminds me of a Jesus Christ joke, and I'm not going to tell it. If I didn't tell it on the other episode, I'm not telling it now. I think it's fine, actually. I think Christians would like it. I think it's kind of cute, but there's kind of a let's just not,
Yeah. Err on the side of caution.
Sure. I've already shit on the doll estate, so let's not, you know. Oh, man. Yeah, I need more Gene in my diet. I haven't watched Hear No Evil, See No Evil in a long time, and then I think he does.
Oh, it's a great one.
Yeah, Richard Pryor, I think's who he's across from, and then he did one where about a train, Silver Bullet or Silver something or another. Saw that when I was younger. I need to try that one out again. But Young Frankenstein's what I throw in the most because it's always on something. It's so good. It looks good too, man.
That dude's hump moves. It's on the other side.
Yeah. I ain't got nobody, and nobody's got rickety-ta. Oh, Peter Boyle? Sheesh. Yeah, I need to throw that in. But, and there it is, man. Gorgeous movie. Oh, it's suggesting bed knobs and broomsticks for me next.
Oh, it's suggesting Wizard of Oz for me.
Hey, this is.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. Well, you should check out Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. Pretty nice. Well, man, we just got to go it on this one. I had a good time with this, but I mean, you obviously loved the movie. What do you think about it at the end here?
I mean, it's still a great movie. It's fantastic.
It's
weird.
Yeah,
there's so many things you could read into it.
It's zany. Well, now
it can be each individual. It's like the Bible. It speaks to everybody individually.
There it is. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory equals also the credits are just over. Damn. I respect this movie, man.
They're like, hey, there's not a lot of people watching this movie right now, so we can't afford to pay all of these people. So we're not going to show their names. Well, listen, no royalty check for the gaffer.
No, yeah. Screw the best boy. So listen, I hope I didn't upset anybody by making some of these jokes about this movie. I don't think that I did. But again, like we talked about, you can paint it under a different lens. I'm gonna stop the timer. You can have a lot of fun with it because we've had it for so long in our lives, and I'm sure I've had it on videotape. And if I didn't, Ted Turner played it, and it's usually on HBO Max. They only took it off HBO Max when I decided to do this episode. But the new Wonka is on there, and I think it's pretty darn good. And there's a lot of people that like the Tim Burton one that is more to dull sensibility. So as much as I don't like it, I'm glad it exists because there's people that like that sensibility more and they want that from the original author more, and the state was involved with it and shit, and people still love Johnny Depp. You're looking at him right now. So don't take everything I say with a huge grain of salt and just go watch a movie and have fun. And we're gonna go
take
ahead
everything I say very seriously.
You did better on this one. I came off a little bit like an asshole.
Very serious. I am very serious.
Well, listen, we're gonna get up out of here. Don't forget, everybody, tell somebody that you love them. Do something nice for a stranger. Wash your hands. Use some sunscreen. Every little bit of lotion has a little bit of SPF in. Don't forget the road behind the TalkOver is two-way. Yeah, we talked over it. I've had to do that every time because I asked you and you did that. I'm leaving.